Star Wars Squadrons with it, which was a lot of fun.
You suddenly realise just how big your ship is when you've got your Oculus on, and you look over your shoulder and you can see all the other cockpit seats. And then, I also found it amazing for tracking. So as you're in a dogfight and the guy goes above you, or below, especially above you, you just instantly start looking upwards and tracking him up through the canopy as you're pulling on your joystick to try and climb with him. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Problem is, I haven't got a HOTAS or anything like that, so I was just using a controller for this. Is for Star Wars Squadrons, which is simplified, right? I just didn't have the patience to set up Elite to play with a controller or anything like that. There's too much mapping and fucking around to do to get it to work.
Yeah, for me, the only way I could get it to work with VR was to use voice attacks.
And that is awesome as well.
Because you don't know, because you can't see your keyboard, right? Trying to press all the different things on your keyboard. So I'd use voice attacks with VR and a HOTAS.
That's a good idea.
And the experience is great. But then I find voice attacks, even the slightest bit of background noise, it thinks you've told it to do things, and you're suddenly getting all this, I can't do that, or buttons to auto, and you're like, well, I didn't, and so that was always a problem I found with that.
Just imagine it in the middle of a dogfight and you suddenly eject because someone's walked past the door outside.
Yeah. And then, of course, the wife would find it funny and yell at the mic when.
Yeah, I'd find that funny watching it.
How are we doing, Middy?
Yeah, we can go.
All right. Let's go back to the. Okay. So, Lady Manual Knight, Altdorf, Blackrock Castle, set you about trying to act as a neutral party investigating the murder of one Corporal Tylo Vilfras, who is or was an up-and-coming, fairly well-regarded corporal of the City Watch. And she gave you a couple of things. First of all, she said she'll pay you each 10 gold crowns for the privilege of doing this job and for finding out who performed the murder. And the other thing was no bloodshed and no you were not to directly ask to see the murder scene and stuff like that. You weren't to directly provoke, interrogate any of the soldiers. You did a little bit of an investigation around town, mostly about the Hall of the Mourners Guild at Moores Field, where you discovered a little bit of information about the old corporal. But by all accounts, he was a decent guy. Though you did discover that he had a drinking problem, and that he also had a bit of a sadistic streak about him, or so you thought, because he would allow fellow guards to beat up on criminals in the street. Kind of running out of things to do, having lots of doors closed to you by the orders of Lady Nat, you were befriended by Geldrecht, Sergeant Auburn Geldrecht, who appears to have been very close to the corporal, a part of his crew, and the rest of the crew were all very eager to help you, and so he had got you access to the Bridge House Inn, where the corporal rented a room, and also had arranged for a meeting with Captain Erwin Blucher at Magnus's Tower. You went to the corporal's apartment. You found a ledger that seemed to contain some various bits and pieces, regular payments purchase of weapons, medicines, laundry services, and a large area. You also learn about something known as UF, which when you chatted to Gustav Stupp, Vilfresh's, the postmaster of the inn, he explained that he thought that that was some kind of club that he was running. That it was, some kind of club that he was running. And that was about, I think, where we left it, because it was kind of late in the day.
The first rule of Ubersreik Fight Club is don't talk about Ubersreik Fight Club.
Exactly. Yeah. That seems to be where you were settling.
Yeah, we had an invite to look at the tower, though, didn't we?
You did, yes.
Mm. Right. So what's the plan of action?
Can't remember when we got an invite to the tower. Was it the next day?
The next day, yes.
Right. So, what time of day is it now?
It's currently about 20 to 8 in the evening.
Yeah, I thought it was at evening time.
I'm gonna have to do a bit of catching up here. So the murdered dude, did we find out if he had associates or friends or anybody that he hung out with, and did we investigate that path?
He's got, well, the associates were basically the people that he worked with, so the rest of the squad. We met some of those at the funeral, and they were all mourning. Questioned a few of them. That's how they all kind of turned up at the pub. We arranged to meet them at the pub. They're the ones that told us all the information about and got us the invites to the tower itself.
Okay.
Yeah, and the ladies that were there were ladies of the night. I assumed because one tried to pickpocket me. Yeah, he was a bit of a ladies' man, but in a different kind of, paid his way by the sounds of it.
That was also something you discovered with the letters, right? There were a number of letters, all love notes. It would appear that he was definitely a
gentleman about town.
A candidate.
A gigolo.
And certainly a candidate in the eyes of a lot of fairly senior individuals in court in Altdorf as a potential suitor.
So either he was, So either he was looking at, the way I'm looking at this is that he was either trying to ingratiate himself to spy or setting up marks to steal from them or something, because they were all powerful or wealthy individuals. That's all.
Yeah, well connected.
Exactly.
The letter that's coming regular isn't from them, is it? It's it's one to do with what we think is the Fight Club.
Correct.
And he's also going through a lot of money, isn't he?
He absolutely is going through a lot of money, yeah.
Yeah, we think there was a large place he was renting and supplies, wasn't it?
Warehouse or something, wasn't it?
I don't think we've got a location there, have we?
No, you haven't.
I don't think so. So I don't know how we'd find that out. That'd just be between him and the landlord of the place.
Is there any reference to the bank or? Yeah.
No reference to a bank. No reference to a landlord either.
So either he owns the property Then again, it could be with anyone that's partnered with him.
Or he's squatting.
Could be. Well, he's got his own place, which is what we just urged, but
Yeah, that was costing him a lot of money as well to stay there.
Correct.
yeah, more than he should have had. A lot more.
So he's either wagering money on these fights and he's got himself into a bit of a pickle, or I don't really know, because it clearly is not earning enough to pay for all this.
And we found something which was a list of expenses, didn't we? Is there anything on there that could indicate where he's hiring or?
No. No, the sources and the detail are not in the documentation that you've found.
Right. And we more or less turned the place upside down searching for any.
Right.
The things he had on him when he died, what happened with them?
No indication of what happens when he dies.
I'm thinking when he died, did he have keys or letters or anything on him? That's
You would
what
need
happened
to
to them.
ask Geldra,
Right, okay.
since he was the one that found him.
Sorry, food arrived.
Is it good?
It's quick.
That was the other thing. Shadowmancer. There's
Oh,
a
God,
Shadowmancer
yes.
he had an
Yeah.
argument with, wasn't there?
That is correct. He had an argument with the Shadowmancer.
Yeah, Christoph Engel.
Virgil. I got Virgil. Bengal, maybe.
I got Engalt. Engalt.
Hang on a second. Christoph Engel, Engel.
Oh, so with the V, and I spelt it right.
I also wouldn't mind knowing why I was hanging around that statue. I don't know if you said that already.
Was that a statue or a tree? Tree,
Oh,
wasn't it?
tree, wasn't it? The stump, yeah.
Tree stump.
Sorry.
Tree stump.
I suppose we could go to the tree and take a look, but lots of things are posted on it. Or when they like offerings or something that were. Hang on it.
You know, I listen to the episodes and I am totally fucking lost. So I'm being quiet because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you lot are talking about.
Well,
I apologise. I'm
Yeah,
about as much use as a chocolate teapot. Don't bother explaining it to me. I'll catch up.
Notes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, we're not convinced that Jet is actually here for half the time anyway, because he's that quiet and invisible.
I think Jet sits there in his spring vest and underpants, watching porn while listening to us in the background.
yeah, and randomly pushes a button that says, "Oh yeah."
Exactly.
Clearly the dude's naked. That's why he doesn't want the camera.
Clearly.
You
I
do
imagine Jet
realise.
has a really big beard. I bet his beard makes Dart's beard look tiny, and Guy's beard look tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the next adventure is all going to focus around Jet, so he has to talk all the time.
Oh
trust
my
me,
God.
trust me. I know what's going to happen later on.
It won't work. It
He's
won't
going to
work.
get thrust into the centre light even if he doesn't like it. And it has nothing to do with Nobrot.
Yet.
Yes.
I love it.
I suppose we could go and check out the tree because that's not pestering anyone out of social hours and things.
It's a
You
starting
could.
point. Ask around there.
Yeah.
Just get the general lay of the land around there and see what sort of clientele's walking by.
See if there's any warehouses near there that could be
Hmm.
used, or people gathering around that maybe he's meeting potential fighters or people betting on the fights or something. I don't know.
Or posting the next fight date.
Can't see that because there's not many people read.
Well,
Maybe telling people.
making your way
Yeah.
back from the Bridge House Inn back to the Marketplatz. The Sprichstumpf is the stump of a great old oak tree, probably not probably, it is about 8 feet wide. It has signs of where people clearly clamber on top of it. And you can see why people come here. It very much could act as a raised platform or a pulpit for those who wish to speak, agitators, people who wish to hand out pamphlets or whatever it is. Would you like this copy of the Watchtower? That kind of thing. But very clearly, right now it's late, 8 o'clock at night. There are no such people. There are no pamphleteers. There are no agitators. There are people walking by as the last rays of the day kind of sink behind the horizon. Nobody other than that, there's nobody kind of making any sermons or preaching rants or extorting the masses.
Are there any signs posted up?
Not really.
No.
No.
A
Few bits of parchment kind of scattered on the floor.
take a look just in case there is anything.
You pick one up. Vegans Unite! Come to! And it gives you an address for those who wish to just eat delectable vegetables.
Who can read, by
Vegetables
the
have
way? Is it
feelings
just you,
first.
Kath?
Me and Ella.
You and Ella, okay.
I can.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. They're obviously insane. Whoever posted these.
There's another one that you'll find that is advertising the next set of executions at Moores Field.
Any interesting names on there?
Not really.
Thomas.
Well,
Hang on, Rembrandt's not here. Let's set him up.
I am here. I just have a child.
Bah.
Hiding.
Any?
one of the names is Sepp Lechardt. 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 You kind of probably remember him. He was recently captured by the Watch and tried by the judge on burglary gone wrong, resulting in the death of a family when Sepp slipped and spilt an oil lamp and set the house on fire.
Oh, is that the butcher's house?
It wasn't the butcher's house, it was a different house.
Right.
And he was caught on the basis of the fact that he had burnt all of his right-hand side in the oil when he fell.
Ouch.
Any cubby holes or anything on the
No,
things that's something could be hidden in as a drop-off point type thing.
No.
Okay. Anyone got hanging around that's watching us?
Couple of city watch.
Okay, that's fine.
Didn't he come here and sort of like stand like a peacock, looking around? Wasn't that the description that I think, or similar to that? Just
That might be in your head.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But he could have been standing on top preaching about things, possibly drumming up for Fight Club, but it was supposed to be underground.
He was much loved by the folk of Ubersreik and could often be found in the marketplace around the Sprichstumpf.
right. It was in my head then.
Yeah.
The only other thing that you find here would be a pamphlet with the with next week's meeting times at the Temple of Sigmar. It's just a mixed bag of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to wander around to people that seem to. I'm going to find people that just seem to be there often. Yeah, if there's any stalls or anything there.
At this time of day, they're probably all closed.
Right. There's nobody just hanging around in corners and things.
No beggars or anything like that.
Oh, now that's a different question. Of course there are beggars.
Beggars see a lot, right?
I'm going to lean across because they're out my class. I'm going to look at them and say, Kay or Ella, maybe you two should go and have a chat with those beggars and see what you can find out about this chap.
I'm happy to go and do that because they are very solidly in my class. Thank you.
Okay.
But I've got no fucking idea what to ask them because I don't know what's going. How's that for a good role play moment?
Yeah.
I speak to them and ask them stuff that might be relevant to the future of the game.
We just need to know why he's been hanging around there, basically.
Give me a challenging gossip test with a +10 bonus.
Or do they know anything about Fight Club?
How do I do a +10 bonus, for God's sake?
Average,
plus
isn't it?
one advance, is it?
Are we in Mooresfield?
No. You're in the marketplace.
Oh.
So a challenging.
Did we go see the body?
Yes.
I think
So
I was
under the
flickering that.
modifier tab, where it says modifier, put 10.
Got it. There you go.
Start.
Nice. You mute it just in case you're trying to tell anything to us.
I'm just pondering. So you, Kay, glancing around this part of the marketplace, you can see a figure, hidden, not hidden, but kind of wrapped up under a bunch of blankets. Even though it's sort of summer, obviously it gets chilly. There's damp in the air at this time of night, bit of mist. And you can see this woman kind of huddled underneath, and you head over and she kind of smiles at you. Evening, dearie.
Gonna take some guessing used to him having a monitor above the other one. He's just looking up at the heavens.
Yeah. Evening.
The problem that I've got is I don't know what to ask her because I haven't been following closely enough.
Yeah,
so I literally don't know the right questions to ask here. But I probably should, right?
Yeah.
Kay would know, but I don't.
Exactly. You got 2 successes.
I think
generally, you know, you're pretty good at this. You're good at making people feel at ease. You're good at getting people the right things, being able to find a safe house. But equally, you're starting to build up a small personal network of contact. And over the next half hour, whilst the rest of the group kind of pick up grubby leaflets and are reading them and are, kind of looking around and tapping bits of this thing, you have a
Wasting
conversation.
time.
and you learn that her name is Edith, Edythe, Edith Ferrig, down and out woman, kicked out by her husband about 4 summers ago after burning his dinner one too many times and not providing him a child. And she's been kind of moving around the empire ever since, and has recently settled, probably last summer. So she's been here about a year now, has settled in Ubersreik, and she's trying to get money together and stuff. And sure enough, as you would know, she sees a lot of things. And she kind of, for a couple of brass pennies, I saw you, man.
More than happy to spend a couple of pennies on this.
And
I'll give her a third one just for good measure.
He very much, he would often listen to the people that were extolling the crowd, those who were here to, rant is not the word. Well, yeah, some of it is ranting, for sure. He never partook in speeches himself, but he would often listen, quite politely would take letters and stuff, and occasionally he would speak to individuals. There was no, from her perspective, he would never speak to somebody of a high status, but certainly he spoke to people that were clearly of his status and people who were below his status. Sometimes he obviously conducted some business. Occasionally, she tells you that they would see him shake a man's hand and point in a specific direction. It was always eastwards from the plaza. But she never got close enough to hear what he was saying to them whenever he was pointing eastwards. But it was always in that kind of rough direction, and kind of when you ask her, she would probably put it somewhere inside that arc there.
Which arc?
So from the marketplace, out into the merchant quarter. Okay.
Yeah, inside. I need to change my color because black doesn't show up very well.
Oh, you're down there. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. She's a pleasant enough woman, other than perhaps she needs a good bath and a good shower. Shower doesn't exist. A good bath and a good clean and maybe a bit of extra food. But at the end, yeah, nice. A bit too big, but that's fine.
Can't do any better.
But at the end of it, you've not learned a huge amount. You know that he would often send people or point in that rough direction. He would meet people of his status or lower. Sometimes he would shake people's hands. The other thing she'll tell you is that on a few occasions he would be met by people that looked like they'd been in a fight. Swollen eyes, arms in slings or bandages.
Bingo.
And on a couple of occasions, she would swear that small money pouches were passed over to those individuals.
Okay, so it's punters, it's fighters, it's all of that kind of stuff. All right.
Could be people
Does
just
she
watching.
or any of her friends know the eastern part of or that part of the merchant quarter that might give us some indication where he was going. Where he was directing people.
There are warehouses of various calibers, shops and retail outlets of various caliber, types in that area. She has no idea. She doesn't. I mean, she might be able to pass word around her, associates, if you like, but it would take a while.
Okay,
for you to get
okay.
information.
Why don't you see if she recognised anybody that took money?
How do you mean money?
Against who?
Just see if she recognised any of the people that were talking to him.
She doesn't recognise anybody specifically. Maybe one or two were semi-regulars across the marketplace. None of them were stall holders. Whether any of them were officials, it's hard for her to say.
Gotcha.
What Kate, what you can do is you can add Edith as a contact.
Okay.
So you can just stick it in your notes or something.
Yeah. It's EDYTHE, you said?
Yes, EDYTHE. Edith Ferrig, Pferig. She is a beggar that generally hangs around Ubersreik Marketplace.
Okay.
And she will always be a source of information for you. Generally, there will be a cost associated with it, and the number of success levels that you get on your gossip test with her will determine how good her information is.
And if it's crap, she'll just become a source.
Well, technically, if he had a fight club set up in that area, I would guess protection money would be paid and there'd be bouncers to keep people away, especially homeless that are looking for somewhere to warm to keep up. So maybe head
It could
over
just be
that.
like any other tavern, though, couldn't it, on the front?
Could do, yeah.
Or like a shop front or anything,
See, I was thinking of.
Well,
I'm assuming the merchant quarter must be filled with warehouses and shops.
Yeah.
You've also got to think, lads, that something like that would like be noisy, wouldn't it?
You'd think so.
Folks cheering.
I imagine there's basements, though. You want somewhere cool, dark, and dry to store your goods? Also works pretty well for hiding underground fight clubs. Slight segue. Has anyone been to Edinburgh?
Underground fight clubs.
No, all the old underground warehousing that they have under the city.
Oh, I've never been in there.
Yeah, it goes down and down. It's crazy.
All right, so how the hell are we going to... So I'll tell all of this to the group, and we need to try and figure out how to... We know roughly the direction that we're looking in. It's going to take too long to search everything door to door, right? And we probably wouldn't have much success. We need to try and find somebody else who can give us more information.
Would the watch know anything?
I wondered that, but...
We aren't meant to be involving them, though, are we?
No. Well,
we're not to be meant. I don't know, actually, because.
No, we're not supposed to ask them about the murder.
Yeah. We're not looking at the murder, we're looking for an underground fight club at the moment. Yeah. They don't need to know this is linked.
Okay, last question for Edith then before I move on. Does she know any other beggars or contacts who hang out towards the east in that kind of area that we could go and talk to?
Let's have a look.
Because character generation.
Well, we could go and See if you could find Rupert.
Rupert.
Ruprecht.
Ruprecht.
Yeah.
We could
Not
do
sure whether he's the one that you want, but he might talk to you. Bit strange. Took a knock in the war.
I've seen worse. I think we go and talk to Ruprecht. I'm sure we could encourage him to open his mouth.
Well, and she kind of gives you some directions. It turns out he's probably not too far. Usually found not too far from von Holzenauer's potion shop.
Anything, by the way.
All right, Jake.
Hello.
Okay. Well, I'll report back to the group, and I'm going to start heading off that way. I don't know if we all need to go. Might be a bit overwhelming.
Might indeed.
Oh, we could all head that direction, but obviously we don't go and talk to him. We
Yeah.
hang well back.
I wonder if he'd be more amenable to talking to ladies.
Yeah.
So me and Ella.
I think that's a good thought.
Um,
Why don't we?
Yeah,
Why don't
so
we
it-
look for the mage?
Context of the term ladies.
I was going to say, if you're worried about him being intimidated, Ella might not be a good idea either.
Yeah.
It's getting on quite late, isn't it? Do we?
By now it is. By now it's probably gone 9 o'clock.
See, if there's going to be a fight club, I'm expecting it to be at night, though.
More likely, isn't it, to be in the
Yeah.
evening?
There's your title for tonight, Mehdi. The first rule of Ubersreik Fight Club.
All right. Well, I'll head off. I assume the other folks will trail me in case I get into shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
Not
quite
that you'll get
shadowing,
to
but
it, though.
And I'll head off towards the potion shop to see if I can find Ruprecht.
Okay. You head off down the streets of Ubersreik, from the marketplace into the merchant quarter. The potion shop is pretty obvious. It's quite a large fronted shop. It sits on the corner between two of the major roads of Ubersreik. The shop itself is closed, as you would expect at this time of the day, and sort of sat huddled in the doorstep, in the doorway, is what appears to be a hunchbacked man. Very thin grey hair, one eye milky, like a single eye, all kind of milky and blind. The other eye not too sharp looking. And he's just kind of sat there, kind of just rocking backwards and forwards a little bit.
Anybody else around? Just him.
There's a couple of people in the distance. You can see a couple of the night watchmen kind of heading your way. The click of their spears as they're walking towards you in the distance is getting louder.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to him and I'm going to sit down on the doorstep next to him. You say, it's a cold night tonight, and I'll pass over my flask to see if he wants a drink. I'll take a swig first and then pass it to Ruprecht.
This doorway's taken. It's my doorway.
Would you like a moment to share a drink with me?
He kind of leans over, doesn't take it. Your kind of hand is out. He kind of leans over and he goes, "Oh, Smells good. Don't mind if I do. Instead of grabbing it, he grabs your wrist and tilts it into his mouth. Doesn't put his lips against it, and he just lets a load of it kind of dribble into his mouth and then down his chin before you can yank your hand away. It's probably half empty at this point. Oh, that's good. That's good. Warms you up, that does.
It does. You must get cold sitting out here by yourself.
You're pretty. I do get cold. Yes, I do.
That could go south very fucking quickly.
Exactly as I said that. That could go really bad. Yes, I get cold. But that's what that's my life. That's Rupert's life. So, why are you in my doorway?
I've been speaking with with our friend Edith.
Oh, she's a pretty lass, she is. Doesn't like Rupert that much.
Oh, that's not what she said to me. She said you might be able to help us even.
Help you? Oh, I could probably help you. But what do you want me to do? I'm not a burglar or a thief.
No, we're just looking for information at the moment.
Information. Information costs money. You got any money?
We might have. That depends on the quality of the information. And I'll just push over a...
I'll tell you what you want to know.
I'll give him a brass penny.
He takes it, puts it in between. Now you can see a couple of his teeth are missing, a couple of black. He's been here a long time.
Literally on the doorstep. He hasn't moved.
No, he moves around. But I said 2 brass pennies for my information. I think what I've got to tell you is worth it.
He doesn't even know what information we want yet. He's just offering random information. All right. There's a second brass penny in this for you if you can give us some information about something to do with Fight Club that I can't remember because I wasn't here and didn't pay enough attention listening to the videos.
No, I was here and I didn't pay attention either.
Thank you, Chick.
There's a club. We need it.
There's a club. We need it.
But if we keep Zed talking with this accent for a little bit longer, that would be really nice. I think he's doing a cracking job.
That's just mean.
No, he's having a great time.
He's turning into Gollum.
No, I'm not. Well, Fight Club. Don't know nothing about fight clubs. What are they? Is that where people go to fight?
Yeah, well, we know that XYZ, whose name I can't remember, who was sending people to the east.
Tyler.
Around here. What's his name?
Tyler Valfus.
Tyler has been sending people over here, and we know that they're going to some kind of illegal fighting ring or something, and we're trying to find out where that's happening. Have you seen people congregating around? Maybe they look like they've been in a fight, or maybe they're a little bit more well-to-do with a bit more money and they're looking to bet on a fight. We know it happens near here, so I know you've seen something.
Not with these dice rolls. No, I can't say I've seen anything. Fight club. I've seen people fight in the streets, but I guess that's not what you mean.
Hey, you haven't seen people coming out of a building covered in bruises or with a bloody nose or swollen eye?
Oh, yeah. I have actually. Go straight up here, and he kind of turn at the corner, at the next major corner. I've seen people come out of a building on your right there.
Do you see people going in as well?
And coming out.
And coming out. You're smiling like somebody who...
Is it just a shop?
I bet it's
probably a pub.
Yeah.
It's a pub.
A tavern.
Look at the scroll. I don't know. You can't. Can you see markers on here?
No.
No, you can't.
Is it here?
If you've got law local, give me a roll. Challenging.
That will be me, I think.
We've got Little Beast still. That's the only one.
Challenging, you said.
Yeah, just challenging. Actually, it's fine. Challenging, you've done it.
What city am I in?
Okay.
Well, hang on. It's only me talking to this dude at the
Oh,
moment.
that's
You
true.
are.
Sorry, yes.
The
Oh, right.
building he's described to you is St. Bastian's Hospital.
Oh,
Don't just write it off.
I've been buying
Excellent
medical
cover
supplies.
Excellent cover from murder place.
Yeah, I've
I
seen them
suggest
come
we
out
go
of
and
that
burn it
building.
down.
People go in with bruises and they come out with bandages.
That's not really what we're looking for,
Oh.
is it, Ruprecht?
Well, I can keep my eye open. And he looks at you with his one good eye.
I'll just sit there flicking the other brass penny up and down like that, catching it in my hands slowly. You sure?
Give me an insight, intuition test. Make it average.
Not so much.
You get the sense that he genuinely hasn't seen what you're describing, and he's partly confused. But he does seem very eager to earn that other brass penny, and will definitely keep his eyes and ears out for you in the future.
All right, you can earn this other brass penny if you keep your eyes open in the future for us, and if you can think of anybody else who lives around here, like yourself, who might be able to give us more information.
No, this is just my pitch. I sleep here, and I work this area for money. I shoo anybody else off. No more beggars around here. Oh, gotta go. And he suddenly jumps up and gathers his belongings in a bundle, pushes past you, and sets off to the south.
I'll call after him. Ruprecht, you forgot your brass penny.
I'll collect it later. Must go. Now then, what's going on?
I knew that was happening.
Yeah.
Madam, present yourself to the watch.
Evening, officer. Just out for a nighttime walk.
there's a fine for that.
Ah, okay. Been a while.
Who the fuck
Brings
is
you
it?
to this part of the town at this time of night, loitering around in doorways, talking to riffraff.
Well, I went to the marketplace. I was looking for something to eat and then just kind of got a bit lost on the way home.
Well, look, that one's harmless, but some of the
I
others
thought it
not
was
so much.
eyeless.
He's eyeless, yeah, but he's
Sorry.
harmless. But not so much some of the others. Just, yell if you get into trouble. We'll always come and help a fellow ex-watch member.
Who am I talking to, by the way, Zed? Sorry, I didn't hear.
I didn't say.
Oh, okay.
Because now
Somebody else.
I've got to give you a name, haven't I? Hang on.
No. It's just something like another random watch dude, right?
I'm assuming one of the people we, were quartered with back in the watch days, yeah?
Correct, yeah.
Right.
Just got to remember the command. Petchman Dottern. You recognise him as Petchman. I can't say these German names. Petchman Dottern. He was probably recruited maybe a couple of weeks after you turned up.
Okay.
you gather maybe from a farming background, fairly simple lad. But, he's got past his recruit stripes and he seems to be doing okay for himself.
All right, and I'll tap him on the arm and say, congratulations on the recruitment. Looks like you're doing well for yourself.
Yeah, well, learn from the best. And Constance here is keeping me on the straight and narrow.
What are you guys doing out here in the Merchant Quarter?
Watch duty.
Anything
Doing
going
the
on?
rounds.
Seen anything interesting tonight?
Quiet tonight. In fact, it's been quiet. A few days, actually. Maybe 3 or 4 days. Yeah, when were we last on, Constance? And she kind of looks at him and sort of says, 7 days ago we came off duty, switched to days, so been back here in nights for the last 2. And yeah, it's been quiet. Quiet the last couple of nights. Quieter than usual. There's always normally people moving around.
I've noticed something really strange around here. I see people walking around, and then a couple hours later, I'll see them again, and they're all like bruised. Do you know what's going on?
Give me a gossip test.
Oh, bollocks.
Give me give me an average gossip test.
Average gossip test.
Remember, you've got fate points or whatever they are if you need to.
Oh, I remember that.
You could right click, spend a fortune point to give yourself a success level, or you could right click.
I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah. No. Listen, I've heard about that as well. I've seen a couple myself. A couple of times. I've seen the old sergeant. Sergeant, what's his name? Geldrecht, I think. One of the Altdorfians. Seen him come and go along here a few times as well. A couple of times I've seen him come out looking a bit worse for wear, like he's been in a fight. But he outranks me, so I can't really ask him anything.
I know you're on duty, but do you want a quick swig of this to keep you warm during the night?
Did he have his mouth around it?
No. He had his hand around me.
Sure. And he kind of turns his back to Constance, unscrews, takes a quick swig, screws it, and hands it back and gives you a wink. And you hear a bit of a tut behind him, but she's kind of looking the other direction.
Oh, come now, Constance. Do you want a bit?
I'm on duty.
I know. It's a cold night.
It's not that cold.
Cold enough.
No, I will not.
Good,
I don't know if you're leading him astray, but I gather you're an old watch colleague of his?
Yes, more or less. We're out now doing other things, seeking our fortune in the world. Who was the sorry, Zed, the dude that you mentioned, Eldrecht or something?
Geldrecht. Sergeant Orban Geldrecht.
Yeah, he hasn't told us that he was fighting. He's the one that found the body. Yeah.
You didn't ask him anything about Fight Club.
Yeah, you know him as he's the person that was at the pub that gave us the key to the apartment. He was the one that found the bodies.
And he's also the one in the office.
You met him, Kay.
Yeah, he's the one that was crying in the office when we first.
He was a bit upset about this guy dying, wasn't he?
He was.
Okay.
Aren't we due to meet him tomorrow at the tower as well?
No,
or was that the different one?
No, I think he's providing the key, but I think he's
no, the key was for the guy's room, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's introduced us to the person that's showing us the tower.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't have that person's name.
Blucher. Captain Erwin Blucher.
Yeah, I didn't have that written down.
Oh, I know Elbrecht as well. Where did you saw him around here? Where was that?
Oh, well, No, I can't remember. I think I don't know which building it came out of. Sorry.
No worries.
Here. I heard a rumor.
Oh, I like rumours. What do you
Well,
got?
I got a couple actually. I heard there's a bit of a to-do in Magnus Tower. Some uppity Altdorfian corporal got done in.
No, really?
Yeah. I heard he was a nice fella, but we Ubersreik, we keep to ourselves. We don't really like those Altdorfians, do we, Constance? And for once, you can kind of see a scowl, and she shakes her head. And you'll be glad to know, your old mate got into a bit of trouble with the captain.
What did he do?
Let's just say he found the wrong person. That person went to speak to the captain. Captain found out about everything he was doing.
Well, he had it coming to him. It must have. Was it somebody? Well, it was obviously somebody with influence, right?
I don't know who it was. I just heard it was, some knightly person, I believe. Anyway, sergeant's no longer a sergeant. Common watch folk he is now.
Still in the watch, though. They kept him on.
Oh, yeah. Captain says teach him a lesson.
Oh, I don't know if he'll ever learn that, man.
Maybe not. But I thought you might be interested to hear that.
More than interested, thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, best get going. Constance gets annoyed if I stand and talk too much. Good to see you, Kay.
All right, Peshman. You take care. I'll see you soon.
And with that, he kind of... Constance is always probably 10, 15 steps ahead. And he kind of just jogs a little bit to fall back in line with her. And you can hear her berating him as they walk out of distance heading south.
Well, I don't know. I'll go back to the group, who are, I assume, all kind of peering around a corner in a stack, faces around the corner. And just report back everything that's been going on, my conversation with...
Was that Peckman?
It was, yes.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right. He's in. He got his stripes.
Oh, he got his stripes. Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
He was half decent, him.
Well, he learned from the best.
Can't have been us then.
Partial to the odd tipple, though. Could be useful. And I'll also talk about everything that... Oh, fuck, I didn't write his name down.
Orban. Orban Geldra.
It's almost Rupert. It's like Ruprecht.
Ruprecht.
Yeah, thank you.
There's Geldrecht and Ruprecht.
One suspects my name generator in here is limited to German-sounding names.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yes.
So are you relaying the information about Geldrecht then?
Yes.
That's
All
what
of
we
the
need to have
pertinent info. I won't hold anything back.
Yeah.
That's good to hear about Klumpenkrug.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds that bastard right.
Maybe we should go and join the watch as sergeants and kick his ass.
I'd like to manage his shifts for a few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to find out much more from here from this evening, though.
But I'll tell you what, Kay, that was right good work, that.
We need to speak to Orban.
Thank you, Lanman.
Again, Kay,
you can add a fighter.
Kay, you can add Ruprecht as a contact. You can also, if you want, add Petchman as a watch contact.
Yes. Petchman Doten, right?
Yes.
Got it.
You-
I wrote
you get-
something down.
Jay.
Yeah, you get all these new contacts, and then we're going to get kicked out the city.
They're
Uh,
always
Yeah,
useful.
does the guy look like a child, like in awe of his people at a concert or something, staring up?
Right.
Uh,
My two monitors are side by side, so
Yeah.
the monitor that I have my main screen on, where my camera on, is in front of me. But I look at you lot over on my other screen. And maybe I should do the same. Maybe I should change and have them above each other.
Well, mine's the same as you.
prefer it when they're side by side, like one landscape and the other portrait. But my desk with my two monitors on and my two speakers on isn't big enough to do that. I'll take a photo and show you.
yeah, I've got the two monitors side by side. I've got the cameras on this one, and
can't see because you got a background.
Well, I find it weird because my camera is there, but you guys are over here.
Yeah.
You know, you'll see me looking at that all the time.
Which is why I don't really look at the camera. So I'm always kind of slightly side on because I'm looking at you lot on my screen rather than the camera.
Well, my camera is on this monitor, but my main monitor's over here, which is where the game is.
yeah,
So
I'm the same.
There you go. I
Same
just
photo.
posted a photo in the chat.
WFRP.
The WFRP
Hey.
chat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer one landscape and one portrait, but I haven't got the. It's an electric standing desk as well, so I can stand up and sit down and whatever. It's my bad.
See, that's my next investment. That
Yeah, I should make use of it more than I do. I'll have to start doing that.
You need a really good PC to have two screens then.
No.
No,
At all.
not
I
at
mean,
all.
I've gone down to just a single screen recently because I've got like a proper 4K display and like a 27-inch 4K screen, plenty big enough for stuff.
Wait,
But yeah,
how-
two screens is all right
how
because
did
you game generally and you run on one of them anyway.
how did you get it above the other one though?
I
Just
don't know.
stand.
Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, it's a stand, isn't it?
Yeah, I've
Anyway.
got-
You can get
You got a
virtual
bracket
stand.
or something there.
You
Yeah,
get
I've got a
stands.
dual monitor stand that sits behind it.
Ah.
So
yeah,
it's-
I have a mine, but mine are side by side. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can get different stands.
Yeah, I think
got-
guy just tips it sideways.
I got mine from Amazon. They're that easy to
Same.
get hold of.
Yeah, I want to get another one for over there, but the only thing is that's where my CD stand is with all my old games.
CDs. What are those?
There you go. I put a link to the monitor stand in chat as well. It's on the French Amazon, but you'll see it.
All right, cool.
All right. I'm going to take it at this point. You're all going to go get pissed for the night.
Oh,
Well,
we're gonna
You're
have
going to be
we're gonna
thoroughly
have a drink.
responsible, Ted. How dare you?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Do you mean in game or?
Whatever.
Whatever.
But in
Yeah.
the game predominantly.
I presume we're going to have a tipple or two and get a good night's rest because we're going to the tower tomorrow.
Correct.
Oh, we are, aren't we?
All right.
Yeah.
On that note, let's actually take a 10-minute rest break, and then we'll return to you all convening for breakfast following day.
Fantastic.
Okie dokie.
All right, see you in a few.
Yep. See you in a few.
rid of all my CDs years ago.
Nah, I don't want to get rid of them.
Music, I just ripped to my NAS.
Well, yeah, the music, but
yeah.
not the games.
No, I don't tend to play any of the older games anymore.
Well,
I
I've got them on GOG now anyway, so I don't really need the CDs.
Yeah, I just got one through Amazon Prime today. Quake 4 through GOG, free. So on Amazon Prime, just download it. Got a few games from there recently. Never likely to play it, but
From Amazon Prime. What?
yeah, Prime Games. Go to.
I didn't know Prime Games was.
Yeah, Prime Gaming. You can get free games. What have I had recently? Star Wars Force Unleashed 2.
Where'd you go to get that though?
You've got Amazon Prime. You just sign in at. What's it? There. Goes Prime Gaming. Log in, and you've got loads of things that you can get for games. Like you can get free mounts from Elder Scrolls, things from Lost Ark, but they do have games as well. Quake 4 ends in 20 days. Star Wars Force Unleashed ends in 26 days.
I didn't even know Prime Gaming was a thing.
Yeah. I've got lots of games or add-ons and things for games. As long as you've got an Amazon Prime subscription.
Yeah,
Simple
I
as
do.
that.
Oh, is this like Twitch where you can claim stuff?
Yeah. They're all tied in together.
Oh, right.
So the Twitch rewards are usually through that, because Twitch is owned by Amazon, I think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Twitch is owned by Amazon.
So yeah, all the things that you can get through Twitch.
Where's Quake 4? I can't find it.
Scroll down towards the
Oh,
bottom.
found it. Got it. Thanks. Ooh.
There's all sorts of things on there. Oh, loads of them I don't play or have never tried, so I don't bother clicking on. But the odd ones I do.
I like Quake 4. That was good fun, that guy.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls Online, I tend to get.
But where do I get? Oh, redeem it on GOG. Oh, I've already got it on GOG anyway.
Oh, that's what I mean. It's like you'll get a code and you can just put it in for. But it's not always GOG. Sometimes it's Amazon's own gaming platform that you can download from. Like, God, I can't remember the names of the games.
Oh, I can't remember.
Strava or Strada or something like that.
No, it's gone now. Strava's gone.
I always get free games from Epic.
Humble Bumble's the best I find.
Yeah, I get stuff from Humble Bundle.
Yeah, I don't think I've got an Epic account. I bought nothing from there.
Really?
Neither have I, but I've got so many free games from there.
All right, okay.
Yeah, every week you get 1 or 2 free games. And they're half decent as well. You get some really nice. They actually did a little spell where they were releasing new releases as freebies.
All right. Well, I think my next year's worth of gaming is filled up with things that are out or coming out.
I've got 2 weeks off in September, so I'm going to be hammering through Starfield, and I'm going to be doing. Well, I need to catch up on Baldur's Gate, but I've really screwed up my saves.
What have you done?
How have you screwed up your saves?
Well, I'm still in the Druid's place, and I was trying to get past this. I was trying to get to the jail, and I walked into this restricted area, and I fumbled all my rolls. Now into prison, so I thought, right, I'll sneak out of prison the back way, and then I just ended up fighting my way back out again. So I might go to a previous save and go, leave it alone. Don't go there.
But you can just
Oh.
ally with the goblins.
I've had a
Well, I
Epic
did that.
account since
I
Unreal Tournament days.
I allied with the goblin, and then I got attacked as soon as I left.
Oh, currently
No, no,
free
no,
game
the
on
one as a goblin camp.
on Epic
Sorry,
is
Chicky, really quiet.
Homeworld Descents of Karak.
So there's a goblin camp later on, Maddie, and you can just go there and be their buddies, and they'll help you out. And then you just use them to murder the rest of the druids and just get on with your life.
Wait, what? You get the goblins to kill the druids?
Well, no,
Yeah.
you help them.
Yeah,
You
well,
can do.
I almost
I
wiped
helped the
out.
druids and killed the goblins.
See, I almost wiped out the druid camp just as like a random. I want to spend
What
2
if
hours
you wipe
doing
out
this.
both camps?
You probably could, yeah.
Take over the world.
At one point, I had 3 druids in my party. And let me tell you that 3 owl bears will wipe out anything.
That sounds too OP.
Oh, it is. There was one thing where there was a load of mobs. I just turned into an owl bear, leapt, landed, splat. The whole lot of them. I was like, I got an achievement for killing something before somebody could eat them, purely because I destroyed them all on my first move. And I've now got saber-toothed tiger form, which one of its attacks, it destroys armor or reduces the armor class of your target. So you
Sounds
just
like you need to play on Tactician.
I'm playing Tactician. Are you playing on
Oh.
easy?
I'm playing unbalanced.
Maybe that was my mistake then.
Some of the fight. Well, put it this way: some of the fights, if I was playing on Tactician, I might have actually quit the game. There's some ridiculously hard fights in this.
Well, yeah, there are. I know, because that's my thing. Maybe I should restart on meat and balance then rather than Tactician.
You can just change the difficulty at any time, but
yeah,
I'm
I
playing
didn't
through
know
Tactician and I'm doing okay.
I just found myself having to rest a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I've got no dedicated healer in the party now. My healer is the paladin, which is Shadowheart's free special.
If you're healing, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
All right, we all back almost.
My double barbarian run needs a bit of healing because they just charge in and start smacking stuff, and like you pop. Well, it's more buffing actually. You just bless them.
See, what you're doing wrong is you should be running 4 gnome barbarians, which is legit.
Yeah, but that involves copying what other people do off the internet. What I tend to do is make up my own stuff and enjoy it.
That's what I'm doing.
It was just a very silly idea, wasn't it? But it seems to be working on that video.
Yeah.
I must admit I haven't watched it, but yeah, I mean it's nice. There's a lot of options to a lot of things. Yeah. The Dark Urge stuff is really quite entertaining.
Oh, that's
if you don't mind feeling physically sick about your characters from time to time.
The outcome of breaking your oath, even when you don't mean to break your oath, is phenomenal.
So I started a paladin to do a thing, and literally the first conversation I had, with Laziel, is trapped somewhere, and I failed all my rolls and just murdered the dude trapping her, and the Oathbreaker was like, over here, sunshine. I'm like, what? It's not my fault. She's useful to my party. I just became an Oathbreaker Loladin, so it's fine. Anyway, sorry. Yes, let's continue.
You wake the following day, get yourself to the Exploding Pig for breakfast. Where you sleep, who knows? Who really cares? What are your plans?
Go to the Magus Tower, isn't it?
Yeah, have we got a time that we're supposed to be there, or just contact?
Just sometime in the morning.
Might as well go there first.
Magnus's Tower
is in the heart of the precinct, as you know. You head over to the precinct, getting yourself back into that familiar area where the watch is based. Sort of make your way. The Magnus's Tower is, from your own experience, it's an imposing building, tall spire surrounded by sturdy walls, fortress at the heart of the precinct, the tallest structure in Ubersreik, having a commanding view of the surrounding countryside, dominating the town's skyline. Access to the tower is gained through a complex series of dwarven-engineered elevators powered by cunning uses of counterweights and levers.
Is it used for anything in particular? It's not like a prison or...
No.
Just a fortification, or?
It's a fortification, yeah. Captain Erwin Blucher is the man in charge. As you get to the precinct, the guards at the gates, they bristle, pointing down crossbows at all of you until you hear a command barked out, although faint. You get that, you know it's a command because you can hear the tone of it. And immediately the crossbows are lowered and gates are opened and you're ushered in. At the gates, you are greeted by a short, heavy-set man with a balding head, wearing a dirty Ubersreik watch captain's uniform. Ah, I believe I'm expecting you.
Owen Blucher by any chance?
Indeed.
Yes.
Pay no attention to the lads. They're a bit on edge, understand. Everyone has been, especially since the death of young Corporal Vileflas.
Yes.
But let's put that to rest, shall we? Shame we have to meet like this. I heard you served in the watch yourself for a while. Made a name for yourself. So I hear.
Oh,
we did okay.
We did our bit, yeah.
A little bit of protecting the peace, a little bit of protecting the people that protect the peace. You know how it works, don't you? Give me a little smile.
Indeed. So, you're here to find the corporal's killer?
That's the idea.
Well, you won't find him in here, that's for sure. Everybody in here loved the man.
Yeah, we're not expecting to be perfectly honest. We're just trying to figure out how he died as much as anything else, because it doesn't make sense from what we've been told. So hope to see for ourselves and see if it makes more sense.
Well, follow me. Takes you to an elevator attached to the side of the spire. Lifts you up, heads you upwards. The elevator faces south of the town. You can see the land surrounding Ubersreik in that direction very clearly. As you continue to wind your way up, the captain talks generally. Doesn't really... Yeah, just general chit-chat, basically. How's the weather and all that kind of stuff. He then takes you to a point where the elevator stops, probably about 2/3 of the way up. Mind your step as you come in. Follow me. He wends his way through a number of corridors, up more stairs, until you come to a large corner chamber, many stories above ground level. Well, this is it. This is the corporal's chamber. He stayed here once a week, I think. We'll have dinner, discuss matters, you see. Spend the night, head off the next morning. Good lad. Though he liked to get in his cups after business was done. Didn't mind though, it was a good excuse to use up extra rations, if you know what I mean. As he's doing this, he kind of pulls out a key from his pocket and he slides it into the door and you hear a distinct click and he pushes the door open. Well, have at it. Any questions? Just ask. I'll wait out here. Make sure you're not disturbed.
Is that the only way to get up here? via the lifts.
Yeah. Well, it's the only way to get beyond the ground floor. You can go into any of the other levels and then work your way up the stairs if you're crazy enough. But I didn't think you fancy.
No, I'm just thinking of whoever actually killed them, how they got in to actually perform it. So I was wondering if that was the only way in, or there was another way that they could have essentially snuck in.
Well, unless somebody can fly in through a window.
So where was he found? Where was he when they found the body? Where was he? Was he sat in his chair?
He points his head through the door and he points at a rug which has a red stain on it. About where that stain is.
Any other points of ingress in the room, like windows or chimneys?
Just windows. Yeah.
Is it barred or?
So the room itself is shaped like a clamshell, rounded along one side with tall, thin leaded windows set into the middle of it. Two walls opposite that meet at a point. The window, directly across from the window is a large wooden corner cabinet filled with drinking glasses, vases, and an empty crystal decanter. On the wall perpendicular to the one that you've stepped through is a small but rather regal-looking bed. And then in the opposite corner, two chairs set around a small table arrayed with silverware.
Right.
The window, is it barred or anything? Or?
No, it's just a normal window.
Is it smashed?
Are you going in to examine the room?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, as you go in, he says, well, look, nobody else could have got in. Swear it. The corporal had only just arrived in the evening. I came in to find him dead when it was time for dinner. No idea how it happened at the door, as the door was under guard the whole time by a knight of the Reichsguard. Claims he heard nothing amiss. No visitors, no other way in.
Who was this knight, if you don't mind me asking? I might know the fellow.
That was gonna be
well, maybe.
my next.
But I think she'd take offence if you called her a fella. Although she does look a bit butch at times. Bridget is her name. Bridget.
Why does that name ring a bell?
Because it's German sounding. Brigitte.
It sounds more Celtic to me, but
no.
Is she stationed in the tower here or just in Ubersreik?
She is in wherever she's posted. Don't know if she's here at the moment.
And he was just laid on that rug there when you came in.
Yeah.
And anything in his hand? Has he dropped a glass or anything? Or
well, near where the red stain is, there appears to be a cracked glass on the floor.
I thought Orban found it.
Just one glass.
Just one glass.
On the side table where did you say there's like a decanter? Is there another glass that's been out of place, or?
There is another glass that matches the glass that's on the floor.
Is it like where you would put it when it was clean, or is it like where it might have been?
Got a cabinet with all glasses in.
It's where you would put it when it was clean.
Okay, so he was possibly drinking on his own, which isn't too surprising, I guess, for this guy.
I'm going over to the window, see if it opens or any of the panes loose, or.
Is the only way in and out the room is through the window or through the door?
Correct.
Yeah.
We're high up, though, aren't we?
So have a look at the window then.
Yeah, while they're doing that, I want to have a look at the drinks cabinet because you said there was an empty decanter in there and a couple of other vases. So I want to have a look through the vases and the decanter.
Yep, empty.
What does a decanter smell of?
Spirits.
Ghosts. Fucking ghosts did it.
Smells of ghosts.
Just a classic. Actually, be a classic brandy.
to be fair, if it should be a poltergeist, won't it?
The windows are not barred. They are lead lined, and there is a rather interesting apple-sized hole cut into one of the windows at chest height.
We asked people
There
about
we
this,
go.
and they said there was
Ooh.
no holes in
Cut
the windows.
or
which is a lie.
smashed or melted.
Give me a difficult perception test.
I've thrown a stone at a window before, and it doesn't do that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
But I was a kid at the time.
difficult perception.
Well, all of us.
All of you can't investigate this, so I'm gonna. You have 2 additional people, so you can have a difficult test with a +20.
Oh, well, just rolled mine anyway. So if it's with a +20, then successful. 2 successes.
So the hole was definitely melted. That's the first thing.
It's just like through his chest.
It's even, and it seems to have occurred at a right angle to the glass. When you look out of the window, to the right is Black Rock Castle, which is to the right and below your height.
Yeah, well,
Stretch of Ubersreik beyond the base, and further afield, the rise of the Grey Mountains.
Wait, what do you mean by an angle?
Down, because this tower's tall, right?
It's
Wait,
90 degrees.
So do we think? Sorry, was the dude sitting in a chair or was he standing up?
He was stood up on. Well, he was found on the rug, so we don't know whether he's standing up or what.
And there's no furniture around the rug.
Furniture around the rug. He was found on the rug. The red stain on the rug is not blood. It appears to be wine.
Okay, how tall was he? And do we have somebody the same height in the party?
You have somebody approximately the same height.
Okay, and we know where the hole in his body is, so if we match the hole in the body with the hole in the window, we know the trajectory that it came in on.
CSI bullshit.
Right, so what's behind...
Who's the same height then?
Where he was stood, because this thing's gone through a window, it's gone through him, it's going to stop somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
who's the height? Who's the same height then?
Doesn't matter.
Anyone around the 6 foot mark is probably
All right,
about.
then what was behind if he was hitting the chest? Then what's behind where it went through his chest?
Did it go
Lamgren just
through?
asked.
Yeah.
But we need to know where it started before we know where it finishes. So
Well,
somebody in front of
the
We know a
window.
straight line from the window to him, so we've got that projection.
Or the other way round, it went out through the window.
Do you know what?
Possible.
Kate, I never even thought about that. Because
was he facing the window or not? Actually, that wouldn't mean matter, would it?
It wouldn't matter. It's
Shall we get one question answered in it?
All right. Yeah, don't throw loads of questions at me all at once, because I'm trying to figure out how I answer your questions.
Trying to make shit up as we go along.
So,
what's a zebra and have I seen one?
It's a white horse with black stripes.
what question do you want answering?
It's a black horse with white stripes.
It's not if you look at its belly.
From the window to
two
him,
lasagnas on top of
went
each other.
through
You
what's
get
behind
two
him.
lasagnas or one lasagna.
Nothing. You cannot see any sign of anything hitting the walls behind him.
Then it must have gone out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
So who the fuck
really
was it?
good.
Give
Check
me a
the wall.
challenging perception test
Who?
with no aid.
I'll just mention, Chick, you're super quiet, mate.
Yeah, that's fine. I do a lot of talking.
I just heard something about lasagna in the background. It caught my ear.
Who's doing the check?
Me.
I'll do it.
Ella.
I've not rolled any dice today.
So there is no sign of whatever struck the window and melted it, struck his chest and melted it. There is no further sign of anything striking the back wall.
There you go.
Hang on a second, though, Zed.
Perception test.
However, what you do see is it might line up with the cabinet. When you look at it carefully, and you look at that decanter that was empty. Actually, did I say it smelled of spirits? No, it didn't. It smelled of wine. Sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. There is a odd stain about halfway up down in the decanter. It suggests that despite there being a lid that has sealed the liquid inside, the liquid has evaporated.
Wait, you saying it's still got a stopper in?
Yes.
And there's no hole in the decanter.
No, but now you're looking, there is a burn mark all around the wood paneling.
Is the decanter faceted?
Yes, it is.
What the heck does that mean?
So it's diffracted all this, whatever it is that's burnt through him, and burnt all the cabinet around it.
What's the for the what?
Faceted.
It's all with different.
Think about a diamond. A diamond is not a single smooth surface; it's many surfaces. And when you shine light at a diamond, what happens? The light is refracted.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
Same with decanters.
Faceted.
Evil, can you put that in the chat thingy
Okay, so the whatever it is diffracted through the decanter, evaporating whatever was in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it came from the window.
There's no such thing as lasers in this period, is there?
I know of a laser thingy.
Yeah, I do as well, which is why I think I know what this is.
I think I know what it is as well.
I know a laser thingy, but I don't think Ella would know it.
Ella definitely
No, well, Rembrandt doesn't either, so...
Yeah.
Looking out of the window, then, because we can make this... Well, this is the other question that I had for you, Zed. When I examined him medically, it was a through and through, wasn't it? All the way through him.
Yes.
So, what's out the window directly opposite in a line from where he was stood straight through that hole?
From the decanter, really.
Well, from the decanter, in fact, yeah.
Some floating fucker.
I was going to say.
Someone with a gun pointed at you.
It's Homelander.
Looking out through the window, what you can make out appears to be the hole itself seems to be in the middle between two of the tall peaks of the Grey Mountains.
Jesus.
That's a long
over in that direction.
How far away is that, Zed?
That... Hold on.
Got my Reichland map, see if there's anything.
Yes, I was on Ubersreik Surrounds.
Is it more than 20 yards?
Oh, God, yeah.
20 yards.
The Grey Mountains, that'd be
miles.
That's way to the south.
That'd be
That's
Orc territory.
I've got no fucking idea where it is. Oh, we're in Reichland. Ubersreik.
It came from
the Grey Mountains are down there.
It came from Drakenfeld. Oh wait, no,
No, that's way to the east.
No, wait, that's west, isn't it? Oh, I don't know.
And there's
This
nothing
is
else.
weird.
West, it could be... Yeah, this entire mountain range here is where you've got Karak, Asgaraz. South of that, northeast of that, is all the Grey Mountains. The Grey Mountains that's the entire spine of mountains that you see on the map.
Yeah, okay, Grey Mountains. Okay. Yeah.
And there's nothing in between there and here that's same height?
No,
So
there isn't.
Well,
we're
that's just,
looking for a sniper that can shoot miles.
I mean, that'd be
This
look at
is
my
this is
map.
no gun. There's sorcery
No.
involved in this.
do you know,
Yeah,
no,
Sniper
right?
would
But
have
still,
been
to be able to
Win-
see that
winter.
range.
Yeah, just to turn that around, we can see the Grey Mountains because they're massive. If you're at the Grey Mountains, could they see you in this window?
No,
No.
unless they got huge binoculars.
That's what I'm meaning. That it's like
Something maybe just
it can't
flew
be
outside the
targeted.
window then.
Have you seen those circuses where those men put on those things on their feet to make them look really tall? Maybe.
Yeah. How
I-
tall though? Because what? How far are we up? So
Yeah.
you said several stories, didn't you?
Yeah, very high
Is
up.
there any way anybody could have descended, like landed on the roof on something and descended downwards rather than scaling upwards on the outside?
Without being seen, I can't see that somehow.
Well, he was staying the night, so it was at night time, right?
Yeah.
That is gorgeous, that model.
You're on OnlyFans again.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'd be interested to see what you all think this is.
Was that the best £10 you ever spent?
Definitely.
It's on STLs, isn't it?
No, there is a Sigma model that has what this is on it, and it's amazing. All right.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Do we think it's, with our limited world knowledge, do we think there could be anything that could shoot over that distance? Not shoot, but, you know, like magic that control that distance, or...
Who knows with magic? But I would think we would know that it's not a bow, it ain't a ballista, and it ain't a black powder weapon.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's magic.
So you wouldn't know the answer to the question, but you would definitely know this is more than likely magic. So
yeah,
some magic has happened. Just quite what, at this point in time, I would say you don't know.
Do we ask the Shadowmancer for his opinion, or do we suspect him?
I don't. I don't think that's a good idea yet. Not quite yet.
I was going to say,
Hang on,
they were
what
arguing.
Shadowman?
Yeah, I don't think it's him because it would be too obvious. But I don't know.
Wait, hang on. Who? What?
The Shadowmancer that was arguing with him days before.
Oh,
Christoph Engel, sorry.
Okay, so we kind of know what killed him. We don't know how or who.
Is it Captain? What's he called? Captain the guy let us in.
Erwin Blucher.
Owen Blucher.
Is he still around or?
He's just outside the door waiting.
Captain Blucher. What are those peaks over there? Very good view from here.
I think it's the Grey Mountains.
Well, yeah, I know it's the Grey Mountains. They run, well, I think they run all the way north to south, don't they?
Oh, you mean the actual peaks?
Yeah.
Well, don't know. Not quite sure. I'm sure there's a geographer down in the city that can help you.
Well, maybe for another time. I was just interested because it's quite the view you guys get from up here.
Yeah, indeed.
Strange question for you, Captain. Do you get any wizards visiting this place?
A few now and then.
Any recently?
Can't say I have. No. No. Why?
Yeah, none of this makes sense. Well, none of this is making sense. So when things don't make sense, you start reaching. That's all I'm doing at the moment. Just thinking of things I don't understand that could have done this.
Rembrandt's kind of surreptitiously looking at Elgas and just shaking his head.
I'm a simple hunter. This is way out of my depth.
When you found the body, was he carrying anything? When we got to examine the corpse, he didn't have any of his belongings on him that were with him when he died. Just hoping there might be clues in that. Do you know what happened to them?
Well, they went out with the body. I had Gelderect took the body to Moore's Field. Did you ask him?
I don't remember who that is. I thought we did.
Yeah, and he gave you the key, and he just said other personal belongings, like nondescript stuff. The list of things he told you were not relevant.
Yeah.
Like pocket knife,
pocket lint,
pouch, small money pouch. Because you asked if he had his sword on him. No, he didn't. His sword wasn't on him. And in fact, when you look around the room, you will see his sword is stood up by the side of the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm still trying to figure out how we find out where this fight club is. I was hoping that he had something on him that would give us a clue. But yeah, we did ask him.
I'm sure there's much more we can learn from here. I mean,
no, I can't
clearly something came from outside this room. Some magic.
So where it was burnt on the wall, there's no hole there leading through the wall. So it's obviously from outside. It's not come from an adjoining room through the wall.
Just out of interest, could I have a look around the room, like under the bed? Because under his bed in his other place, he had a box full of things, didn't he?
That's true.
I think it's worth just going through some drawers and just seeing if there's anything.
Yeah, check the cabinet for anything.
It seems that this is not a place where he stores very many personal effects.
That's a good question, actually. Why didn't the corporal stay here very often?
He doesn't need to.
I would have thought free room and board and such fine.
Yeah, but free room and board with people watching you, seeing what you're doing.
Yeah, there is that. And if you remember, he said he had a guard outside. There was a Reiklander guard outside his door while he was here.
Why would he have a guard as well? That seems quite a lot for.
No, you'd have thought anybody upstairs in this tower would have a guard.
Yeah, Blucher will explain that it is common practice for senior officers to have a guard. That prevents people from, and he kind of says this a little bit in a sort of a self-deprecating manner. People from getting in and murdering the officer while he sleeps in his bed.
Well, they didn't get in and murder him.
They didn't, it would appear.
Sorry, I didn't mean to imply that you didn't do your job properly. This is clearly not a fault of Burgett or yourself.
Was it?
No, I didn't. I just realised when you asked the question, it just seemed rather pointless. Are you saying he was murdered from outside?
I wouldn't be able to say, but clearly something very strange has happened here. Not a normal assassination, I'm sure you could quite agree.
So are you telling me, Erwin, that nobody's noticed the hole in the window over there?
Well, we noticed the hole. We just assumed it was there.
And the same hole that matched the hole in his chest?
Insight check.
Give me an intuition check, yeah. Challenging. Did it? Well, that is... yeah.
Balls on a stick. Hang on,
I'm going to re-roll mine.
Lanwin...
Oh, I can't, can I?
Well, you don't need to. You succeeded.
Yeah, we got a yes, but...
Oh, I didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's because everybody rolled. I was like, oh.
From what... You get the sense that he knows it was there, but he didn't particularly put two and two together.
Not the brightest spark in the fire, is he?
No, he's not. It's about this point that kind of from below you, coming through the window, that hole in the window, you can hear the faint sounds of shouting.
Do we recognise the voice?
The voices, no.
I'm going to quickly go to the window and look down if I can, if I get a point of angle.
You'll need to open the window and stick your head out.
I'll sort that. I'm really
It's
high
a
up.
long way down.
Yeah.
Does it sound like it's in the tower or outside the tower?
Outside the tower, but directly below the tower.
Right, let's...
And you hear
I'll glance at the captain.
You hear every so often you'll hear like fuck or Altdorfer scum or murderer kind of drift up.
Oh, shit.
And you point this out to the captain, and the captain goes, oh shit. Quickly, follow me.
All right.
And for the next 5 minutes, he has you go down a number of flights of stairs to an elevator, into the elevator, down to the ground floor. And as you go down, the noises just gets louder and louder and louder. It's an open metal cage, this elevator. And as you're coming down, you can just see there's probably a dozen watch members having a big mass brawl in the grounds of where the tower sits. A number of them wear the black armbands of mourning, others don't. And you can hear things like, it was you that murdered him, you murderer. And, you know, oi, get off me, you Altdorf scum. Wanker. And all this kind of, and it's just a brawl. Watchmen fighting watchmen. And the captain goes, oh, God.
Is there anyone selling meat pies?
And for the next sort of, he kind of like looks at you all and he's like, do you mind help me whip this lot into shape? And so for the next sort of 20 minutes or so, he's yelling orders, pulling people off, putting the boot in here and there, and gradually the fighting kind of calms down and everybody starts kind of that sheepish look.
I'm going to point up and say, you know, there's a fine for that.
The sergeant goes, you heard him. Day's pay docked for all of you. Well, the captain, sorry. And there's all these grumbles. You can see that there is a cluster of Altdorf men wearing black armbands and sporting black eyes, bloody noses, swollen ears. One of them's kind of resetting in the jaw, And you can see kind of in the middle of this tangle is Gelderect.
Really?
What are you doing here?
Gelderect.
We wanted to come and show these murderers, give these murderers a taste of their own medicine, and then nobody else like yells back, "We're not murderers, you Altdorf scum, fuck off."
Rembrandt just bellows out, "Calm down."
Several of them kind of noting the authority in your voice, kind of all trying to stop and look at the captain, and the captain just goes, "You heard the man. You lot, back in the tower. You lot, back off. I don't want to catch you here, Gelderect, for the rest of the day. You've got your orders. Now get lost."
Gelderect's the Altdorf guys, right? Who have been mourning.
He's the best mate of...
Gelderect, we want to speak to you.
Yeah, I'll give him a pat on the back and say, "Look, I know tempers can flare in a situation like this, but I think we need to have a bit of a chat. We've seen a couple of things."
He kind of grabs his nose between his fingers and squishes it, and you hear that kind of cracking sound, and he chuckles.
That's not the first
I
time
kind of look at his face left and right a bit, and then just tweak his nose slightly, just to put it just right.
And
that was a little bit misaligned, that there, buddy.
Yeah, and you see the tears come down his eyes for a second, and he chuckles. "We showed those blasted Ubersreikers what's for. Listen, you want to join me and the boys in the clubhouse for a drink?"
Seems reasonable.
Come on then, let's get ourselves out of here. The smell's awful. He leads you sort of out of the precinct, down across the bridge, and into the merchants' quarters.
Ooh.
To
the clubhouse, eh?
A rather unassuming warehouse.
I was hoping that might be the case.
He pulls out from around his neck under his kind of leather jerkin a key. And into the lock, click, opens the door, and ushers everybody in. Inside, it's a fairly small building. It's not too big. Maybe sort of 10 yards by 20 yards in total.
Quite small.
Sorry?
That is quite small.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I'm thinking 10 meters. 10 meters.
Proper measurements.
They're probably about 15 meters by about 25 meters. Still small, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
There's a makeshift bar sort of at one end with a number of rickety tables and chairs kind of sat around this bar. And in the center of the room, about 3 meters by 3 meters, but as a sort of a radius of a circle, diameter of a circle even, is a big chalk circle, sort of in the middle of the floor. Within minutes, as the door of the warehouse is closed behind you, Gelderect is yelling at one of his companions to crack open the keg, serve the drinks all around, and make sure our friends, our guests of honor here, have the best of the best. Steins are handed around, laughter, roughhousing kind of ensues for a while, then gradually it kind of tails off. And then Gelderect stands, raises his stein. Today we drink to the memory of our leader, Tylo Velfras. He was the best man I knew, and we'll never have another like him. For every day from here on will be darker with him absent. The sergeant's words kind of catch in his throat, and those tears roll down his face again. Another soldier puts his hand on his shoulder. Gildress coughs, wipes his eyes on his sleeve, and continues. But in honor of that memory, because Tyler was never one to dwell on sadness, we welcome new friends to our circle. And he looks at each of you.
What is this circle?
It's a round thing with no sides.
I think there's one on the floor there.
He says, "Is that good?" Come, join us. Join the circle, my friends.
I will sit down and have a drink.
Did somebody say something about drink?
Yeah, you've got a stein in your hand.
That's not drinking.
I'll drink to lost companions.
Aye, I think that's a worthy shout.
Well,
fallen comrades.
And he kind of raises his stein. Fallen comrades, and the others kind of fallen comrades. Well, I guess I had hoped you'd join our little club, but I understand taking sides probably wouldn't be the right thing to do, with the investigation still open and all that.
Yeah, but when the investigation's over, so what's your little club that you know? Is it exciting? Is it fun? Is it feisty?
Well, rather than try to explain it, let me show you. We have this tradition, you see. We give our fallen comrades, whoever they may be, a proper send-off. Tyler deserves that. He taught us this himself. Said it was from our ancestors in the ancient Unberigan tribe. Two wrestlers get in the circle together. We got one in the back and grapple until one is thrown out. Don't try and hurt anybody or anything. Sure, it happens now and then. It's all about perfect control. Can we control our actions? Can we control our actions on the battlefield, wherever that may be? It's what Sigmar always wanted with the Empire, right? Tradition says the combatants are the oldest member. I guess that's me now, given and the newest member, or guest if one's in attendance. I guess that's you if you're up for it. And with that, he starts to unbuckle his jerkin. Starts to strip down to just his kind of boots and his trousers.
Ella?
I don't think I'm made out for this.
Ella, do you fancy stepping into the ring with this guy?
Anybody else in the room with us? Said
about a dozen other people.
I'll have a go.
I think Dart's AFK.
No, he's muted.
Oh, who said what? Sorry, what?
I think Lanwin's volunteering you to wrestle.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I thought you might because you're like 6 foot.
I'll do it if you want. I'm
Yeah,
6'1".
I have very poor melee. I don't know. My melee basic is 36. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah,
wrestling isn't a basic. Yeah, it's a brawl.
Yep,
Right.
you would be using brawling.
Well, good luck. I hope nothing happens to the witch hunter, obviously.
I'm no longer a witch hunter. I'm a bounty hunter now.
Yeah, that's the same.
It's worse for you. suspicious way that you're acting, it could be a bounty house on you.
Okay,
Gordon, I'll just have fun.
Who's doing this? Any of you doing this?
I am.
You. Okay.
I need to unequip all my armor, I take it.
Well, he strips down to his undergarments.
Ugh.
Are we going to oil them up?
Ella's gonna go stand outside the place and just keep guard.
Is there a roaring fire in the background?
And a large boar turning on a spit.
Oh, please.
Yeah, Ella's gonna go stand outside. She doesn't want to see naked men wrestling.
Not naked.
No.
Undergarment.
In their undergarment.
All right, that's just as bad. So she's gonna go way outside.
You're such a prude, Ella.
As you go outside, two of the associates of Geldrak kind of stand across the door. Now, lass, it'd be rude to the dead for you not to be present. You've drunk with us. You've got to watch the event. It's all part of the
yeah, but I need to go take a piss.
Pot over there.
Come on now, fellas. You can't expect a lady to
I'm
be in
not
the
doing
corner.
it in front of you guys.
And it's not in front of us. Over there. And when you look, you can see there's a screen.
They don't want us to leave. How do I feel about this? Do they just not want us to leave, Zed? Is that what the case is?
Give me an intuition test.
Well, I'm going to ask, don't you have anyone keeping guard of what's going on outside?
What type? Challenging or?
Challenging, yeah.
No.
As far as you're concerned, they seem genuinely...
They just want us to be part of their send-off, right?
Yeah. You would get the sense that they would be genuinely offended if you leave. That's what you think. And that that's what this is. It's a genuine... Their way of saying goodbye to a fallen comrade who's part of their circle is to do this ritual. And you are guests of honor, and for you to walk out would offend them.
Okay. Also, come on, Ella. Go and chat with me. You can face the other wall if you want.
I'm not chatting with you when I'm taking a piss.
No, I mean, because after you're done, I mean, you can sit on that pot all night if you like, but we might be here a while.
All right. Well, I'll go and behind the curtain then.
And it's a piss pot behind the curtain.
I think you might be the first person that's urinated in this game.
Rembrandt's going to clear his throat to give some cover for Ella.
As Ella kind of goes off around the corner, one of the women that's in the group kind of looks over to you and does she need any rags? Is it Blood Week?
How should I know? Jesus, Sigmar's name. Come on.
You men. She gets up. She comes, and Ella, as you kind of settle in, you kind of have this hand kind of weight comes around the corner, not body, but female hand with a load of rags in her hand. Do you need these, love?
No. I don't. Not that time of the month yet.
Okay. Just checking.
And she's got
Rembrandt's looking anywhere but towards the screen and what's going on.
I'd just go very quietly die laughing in a corner over here.
Yeah, I think I'm quietly sniggering to myself as well.
Okay.
This is peak GMing.
All right.
Have you been drinking?
Yeah, so Geldrich is stripped down to his undergarments and he's kind of cracking his knuckles. Right. This here ain't about damage. This isn't about putting the hurt on anybody. This is about getting me or me getting you out of the circle.
Okay. I'm relatively heavily armored at the moment, so shouldn't I take that off?
You should.
Yeah. How? It won't let me.
Just untick it.
Just untick it in your trappings.
Oh, I'm looking at the combat.
Yeah, so under trappings, just uncheck your armor.
Of course, something as simple as that. Yeah, I was looking in the wrong area. That's why.
No worries.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at. Oh no, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, let me unequip the knuckle dusters as well. That's not really fair.
And I assume we care about it being fair.
Oh yeah.
Well, since we're not trying to hurt each other so much as.
Well, we don't know that yet. He might be.
Well, he said they're not.
Yeah. Can you trust that?
Well,
You'd have to invite a bunch of heavily armed and armored people into your thing and then try and betray them, right?
So let's roll for initiative, as usual.
Everybody.
It's not everybody, or
no, just Elgast.
I was about to say that'd be me proved wrong pretty quick, wouldn't it?
Combat.
Although they have just disarmed one of our best fighters.
I can't remember how the hell you do initiative.
Right click on your character, click on the sword and shield, open up the combat tracker, which is the fist, pop it out, and then roll on the dice by your name.
That's the thing, the character's not on the screen for me to right click on.
Have you got your token on the start screen or not?
It's left hand side, he's moved it to the left.
Ah, there we go. That's why I couldn't see it.
Yeah, because this isn't about manoeuvring as such. This is about just taking it in turns. So,
right click.
The goal, just so you know, is the first person to gain advantages equal to your toughness bonus +1 wins. We don't do damage or anything like that. We're just looking for literally who. This is assuming you are not going to lay the fist in and start physically hurting him.
No, unless he does it to me.
Okay.
In which case,
all right. So he kind of circles around you and kind of, for the first 2 or 3 seconds or so, he kind of gets into his low crouch and he's kind of hands up and he kind of circles around, and the crowd immediately start getting into it. You can hear them cheering and yelling the captain on, and a couple of people are like, "Come on, Elgas, get in there!" And then he goes for it. So he's going to go target you. He is first on the combat tracker. He targets you with his brawling, and suddenly he darts forwards, wraps his big arms around you, and tries to immediately push you backwards with his weight. Roll, as it's a normal combat, so you can oppose with dodge, you can oppose with grapple.
I'll oppose with brawling.
Oppose with brawling, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what because I've got no weapon. Just click on the unarmed.
Yeah.
Right. The brawling, challenging. There we go.
Do you want to re-roll that with fortune, or do you just want to let it stand?
No, I'm going to re-roll.
Okay, go for it.
That's still better.
Okay. At this point, he's got his arms around and he's digging his feet in and he's starting to push you back. You kind of drop down and lower your knees a little bit and just pull as much weight down as possible. It doesn't move you more than a couple of inches backwards. It's your action.
So I do the same to him. Or tries to get out.
He does have one advantage on you at the moment, but that's fine.
Yeah. So challenging, brawling. What is it with 70s tonight? Alright, reroll that again.
Okay.
Won't let me. Because I rerolled the other one.
I deliberately didn't reset everybody's fortune last session.
No, it's letting me. Right. I didn't realise that. Okay, but it's letting me take a dark. Dark deal. Yeah, not.
Yeah, you don't want to take it. I mean, you can take a dark deal if you want.
Yeah, I was thinking it was the other one. Yeah, that's not happening.
Okay, he is digging himself in and he is pushing you backwards. So after about 15, 20 seconds, you can see that clearly Auburn is used to doing this. Those of you who are watching, and he's already got a good purchase on Elgast. And he's wrapped his arms around him and he's really pushing him backwards. Elgast is digging his feet in, but they're sliding on the sort of the sawdust surface of the cobblestone warehouse, sliding backwards. He's going to continue his action.
Can I observe the fight and shout out a couple of tips to Elgast?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I think there's like a way of using intuition, isn't it, to gain?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. In a friendly manner, not like.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah, just give me dice that don't roll 70s.
Last week I had the same thing.
Give me an intuition test. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Remind me. This is.
You can gain an advantage or something, isn't it? One advantage.
Let me have a look. Yes. I'm not going to let you accumulate it over each turn.
No, but if I can get. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got. So let me do this then, Elgast. I need to bring your sheet up for a second. Oh, actually, I can do it there, look. So I can give you one advantage. All right. He continues to push hard and continues to push backwards, trying to get you out of the ring. Started to twist his body a little bit, determined to kind of throw you off balance and out of the circle. Go for your counter.
Keep your left leg down. No, your other left leg. God damn it, Elgast.
I haven't rolled below 72.
No.
Right?
And with that, Elgast, you find yourself kind of. You hear this yell from Rembrandt. You try and put it into motion, completely do it the wrong way. Yeah, exactly that, the opposite to what he yelled. You find yourself sliding on your back on the sawdust out of the circle. There is a big cheer and a big eruption of excitement as Auburn kind of comes over to you and holds out his hand to you and well done. That was an excellent fight. Don't worry about the outcome. It's the pursuit of perfection that's important. You almost had me. Not quite. I could see what Rembrandt there was getting you to do. I think had you managed to do that, you'd have definitely had me off balance. This is exactly what we were taught by Tylo. This pursuit of perfection. Now, listen, we're gonna say a prayer to
flag.
our ancestors at this point.
Super red flag.
Tyler used to do it, so I guess it's up to me. And at that, he kind of raises his arms in the air, booms out, Yagrak to Amat. Shonal, Amak to Amat, Shonal. Yagrak to Amat, Shonal. Tazakol, Tain, Amat, Shonal.
Does that mean anything to us?
Hail Kor, the blood god.
That's what I'm half wondering.
Doesn't mean anything to any of you. Just sounds like a load of gobbledygook to you all.
It's pursuit of perfection. It's not corn.
Just out of
It's
curiosity,
definitely not corn.
what's happened to my character sheet? I've got -10 under agility now.
Are you encumbered? Because you've taken your armor off.
Yes.
But not put it down.
You can put all your armor back on now.
Right.
Okay. Well, listen.
Rembrandt's kind of looking around a little uneasily at that. Looking at Elgast and going, what?
Yeah,
you know
I'm frowning a little bit. It's like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me either.
With
do you not have any like weird knowledges, Kath? Or?
Torture is the only lore I have.
With the sound of cheering going away, Ella will shout out from behind her, "Are they finished yet? Are they dressed yet?"
Just about, Ella.
I'm going to walk up to Orb and I'm going to say, they were fine words, but I didn't understand what they were. What do they mean?
I don't know. It's just, like I said, Tylo taught us to say it at the end of every fight. Slaps you on the back. Listen, more drink? Or
wait, hang on.
Tylo's private quarters for you to see if there's anything in there that you can find out about his death.
Hey, what words?
Do you know, I think, Orban, that would be a fantastic idea. Before, and then we'll have some drinks.
What words? I was taking a crap and concentrating quite hard.
He said a load of words. We'll try and remember some of them to look into.
No, there's a lot of good Yagrak and Shornal, I think.
Correct. All right. Well, follow me. He takes you to the back of the room, and nods to a door. First thing you notice about this door, doesn't have a lock. Suppose it'll be all right. Well, with him being dead and all that, and you being impartial, we're not allowed in there. Though, I guess technically it's mine now, if I'm the rightful successor, as it were. But still, I'm not going to come in with you. Take a look.
Thank you, Orban. That's good, because we're going to keep it impartial of this. Cause, and you know, if you go in there with us, we could be accused of you planting stuff in there. So thank you.
How do you get in there?
Just open the door and go in.
Oh, when he said there was no lock, I was thinking it was a secret way to get in or something weird.
Now, if there was no handle, I'd be worrying.
Yeah.
There's a handle.
Open the door and step in.
The door opens outwards, and inside is probably no more than maybe a meter by meter area, with a not small, but with a purple curtain in front, kind of allowing you and maybe one other person to step inside this vestibule, close the door before you open the curtain and go beyond. Clearly, designed so as you can't obviously see what's in the room beyond by just the casual walk past of the door.
Okay, I'll go through the curtain.
Yeah, take Rembrandt with you.
All right. So at this point, there is only Rembrandt and Elgast inside. Can you both roll cool tests? No, just kidding. The room beyond the curtain is dominated by a massive, disgusting symbol that appears to move when looked at. Set on a huge 4-foot diameter wooden frame which hangs on the wall opposite. Across the frame is stretched layer upon layer of pink flesh, bound together with metal staples and clamps. The folds of the flesh have been arranged to make moaning and screaming faces appear where shadows are cast. Despite hanging in the air, perhaps for some time, the flesh remains raw and wet, though unblooded. Can you both make hard endurance tests?
Can I just say purple curtain?
Do I get to make
You
one
can
too?
say
It's always
purple.
purple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Of
one
course
of
it
those
is. It's the
words
pursuit
when
of
they...
perfection. It's clearly Slaanesh, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I was just thinking, shouldn't that Slaanesh have been one of the words that they actually read at the end?
I was already super suspicious when he said about perfection. I was like, great, Rembrandt doesn't have a clue. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Do any of the ladies have
about
three
what?
boobies?
Wait, what?
I need Elgast and Rembrandt to make hard endurance tests.
Hard. Jesus Christ. This is going to be virtually impossible, isn't it? And you're rolling 70s again.
Yep. That actually spun onto a 7. It was going to be a...
Fortune, remember?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the gonna keep going. Thank you.
Okay, Rembrandt, you steel yourself against the sight. For a brief second, you feel the bile rise up in your stomach, and over to your left, the bile rises up and comes out of Elgast's stomach.
And actually purifies the defiled thing in front of you.
Come on, Elgast. God. What the hell is this thing? I'm gonna just
Other than the icon in front of you.
I'm checking my sword, by the way.
Yeah, the room is decorated with plush cushions, a few empty silver decanters for wine and platters for food, a small reading nook with a pile of scrolls and a writing board, and a low table with a statue. No, with something that looks like a statue, concealed under a purple velvet drape. The room itself smells of sickly sweet spices and incense mixed with sweat.
And vomit.
Do you have perception smell?
No.
Okay.
No, the only special sense I think is Langwin's eyes that we've got.
Yes.
I'm assuming we do have the perception smell, as in we can smell.
Give me a very hard perception test.
Very hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I probably want to fail this, to be honest. Can't imagine seeing anything else.
See, now I actually roll below 70, but I only have a 7% chance. For God's sakes, the dice hate me tonight.
They do.
Oh, I only rolled hard. It was very hard, was it?
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't have succeeded that, despite the good roll.
All right. Yeah, you can't place the aromas. So, you've got scrolls in the reading nook. The statue or whatever is hidden under the purple cloth. What do you want to look at?
Did we hear them being sick in there? Or
Perception tests. Give me hard perception tests. Because the door is closed.
You want everybody to do that, is it?
Yeah, if you're stood outside the door and you want to see if you can hear them being sick.
What the hell? I'm going to take the cloth off the statue and cover the vomit.
Would Elgast and Rembrandt have actually cried out when they saw that?
Probably.
Rembrandt wouldn't have.
Well,
I might stick my head back round the curtain and say, I wouldn't come in, guys.
Yeah, I'm taking the cloth off the statue just to cover over the vomit that I've just thrown up.
Okay.
I will whisper to the rest to keep an eye out. Something isn't right here, and I'm going to kind of stick by the door to kind of be the interface between Elgast and the rest of the team.
In
Okay.
exchange for
Would you lift?
play, I'm gonna lift my weapon and just, have a little look around outside and make sure nobody's getting too fight. Nobody's
No,
too
no,
interested in us.
no. Everybody's drinking and merry. There's a couple of people in the ring having a wrestling match. The only person that's with you is Auburn, and he's kind of stood just to one side.
Yeah, don't forget he's allowed us to come in here.
Yeah, but
And
just
he
not
doesn't
saying
know.
anything about
He,
this.
he doesn't know what's in this room.
You lift the purple cloth, reveals a black marble statue.
Can I point out I'm nowhere near this?
Yeah.
Does it look familiar at all?
Okay. It is of a humanoid figure, one half male, the other half female, and completely naked. In its hands it holds a whip and a sword. Around its ankles coil snakes. As you look at it, your skin begins to crawl. You get an itch behind your eyeballs. Your forehead breaks out in sweat as if in fever.
Is there a picture, or is it just?
There isn't, unfortunately. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
You're gonna pick up your sicky
I
covered
think I'm
cloth.
gonna.
He's got his own minifigure.
I would like Elgas to roll a minor corrupting influence, please. Just Elgas.
With my dice tonight, expect a critical fumble.
Well, let's find out, won't we?
Go on,
This is where the witch hunter's gonna just descend into chaos.
So you should just be able to press on the resist button.
Yeah, it's asking me, do I want to
Maybe you
use
should just
endurance
say the
or
witch.
cool?
Well, hold on. Sorry, Dart. Go on, Kath.
Yeah, it's asking, do I want to use endurance or cool?
Your choice, whichever.
There is 1% between them both, so it's not going to make any difference.
Nobody else needs to do this, by the way. Yeah.
Challenging roll, or
It is a challenging role, yeah.
okay, just checking it wasn't anything worse.
Ooh, yeah!
Bad.
Not a 70.
No, it's higher than a 70.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to give you a silver lining, bruv.
All right. You gain 1 point of corruption, which I think has been added to your character.
Yeah, it has.
As you feel the corrupting influence of this statue kind of burn into you. What are you doing, Rembrandt?
I'm as I said, kind of sticking by the door, keeping an eye on Elgast and the rest of the room.
You notice Elgast, he kind of pulls a cloth off to kind of put it on top of the vomit, which he does, but he's immediately drawn back to this statue, and he kind of squats down a little bit and starts to look at it, and you can see the sweat break out on his exposed skin as he stares at it for that in your mind 2 seconds too long before he turns himself away and kind of looks around.
Elgast, stop messing around.
Yeah, if I can, I'm standing up and kicking the statue over. So that's
yeah, you can do that. You can.
Yeah.
You would probably knock it away with your hand rather than.
Oh, it's not huge then. Yeah. It's just a.
Probably no more than about that kind of size.
Right. Yeah.
But it's on a small table, so you could try and kick it over. I would probably make you roll for that versus knocking it away with your hand.
Yeah, or just overturn the table.
You can do a table flip. Yeah.
Yeah.
You flip the table.
Yeah.
What?
And
what's on them letters, Elgast? I can't read.
What letters? Oh, the scrolls, you mean? Yeah. Keep away from that thing, and I'll go over to the scrolls.
Okay.
I'm not touching anything in here.
Most of the scrolls appear to be plain old kind of parchment, but one kept between 2 writing boards. You see a piece of gold-leafed paper. Looking at it, written in flowing, maddeningly perfect, precise handwriting. Prince of pleasure, she who thirsts, they are tempter. Loesh the serpent, Shornal the prideful, darkest Slanesh.
You're going to make me do another roll because I followed Rembrandt's
And then
suggestion.
there's another roll. There's another piece of parchment with an inkwell still kind of holding it down. And looking at this, it appears to be some scrabblings. Give me 1 second to find the scrabblings.
Ooh, do we get a handout?
I now have 3 corruption.
That is the handout. The ramblings of Corporal Vilefras. The writing, whilst unmistakably the same hand as the rest of the scrolls, is cramped at the end of each line, sloppy as if written in a rush. It reads, Heska Glazer, she knows something. She's always following me, always watching me. Maybe she knows the truth, our truth. I'm moving against her. I fear she'll expose us. I know you've commanded me to keep our actions focused solely on recruitment and subversion, but Glazer will doom us all if left alive. Perhaps I can convince Auburn to do it. I'll make up some lie. It doesn't even have to be elaborate, for the pathetic lovesick sap will do anything I say. He and all the other fools still have no clue as to our true purpose. I'm going to kill her before she kills me. Those of you outside.
Does that include me? Because I'm kind of in the doorway or not?
No, not you. You're sort of the rest of you that are outside. The outer doors suddenly fly open, and the two kind of, let's loosely call them guards, are kind of thrown a bit into the room. An individual stands there, a pair of pistols in hand, and yells, "In the name of Sigmar, you are all accused of heresy. You are to die now." And that's where we'll call it a night.
Well, Elgast. Good luck, mate.
Yeah, nice. Cheers.
You're a bastard, Zed.
Yeah. That's why he didn't want me to go outside.
Correct!
You should have stayed in that alcove taking a crap.
Oh. No.
Just stay there. Dart's frozen in a very amusing pose.
Yeah. It's like he's twisting his
Screenshot time, I think.
Oh, dear.
Everyone's
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you've unfrozen.
What happened?
You froze like you were twisting your nipples.
Well, was it still
froze?
Yeah. Was it still recording? Because there will be a video showing that freeze. There we go.
Get a clip.
Who's Orban?
He is
Captain.
He is the
Captain of the tower, wasn't he?
No,
it's a friend. He's the guy that cried.
He's the one I just wrestled.
Oh, the guy you just wrestled. Oh, right, because you keep saying their surnames, not their first names.
Yeah, Oban Geldra.
What is your corruption threshold, Kath?
8.
3.
Okay, you're fine. Really?
Yeah, I've got pure soul.
Yes, you have.
Actually, Witchfinder thing, wasn't it?
No, that was a roll at the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many more
So Elgast is our canary then for anything that looks dodgy.
Yep, he is now. Just read this book with like this face on it made out of skin.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Did you know that was going to happen?
What? Me?
No, the group.
No.
I knew these were a bunch of cultists as soon as you started talking about perfection stuff.
Yeah,
I was just like, this is a cult of Slaanesh. Here we go.
Well, I suspected it was, but I don't know whether they know that they're
well,
a cult of
Well,
Slaanesh.
judging by that letter, probably not. No.
I thought it was either Slanish or Corn, but it couldn't be Corn because I don't want to draw blood. So I thought maybe it's Slanish.
Once I saw the purple curtain, and when you described the purple thing,
Purple velvet.
The purple velvet, yeah.
Yeah.
So
tipping the old velvet.
Tipping the velvet again.
Yes. Wait, are these related to the people at the docks?
Yes,
because they were wearing belts.
That's right. Yeah, the guys that attacked us on the way to the execution.
Yeah.
But are they the same people though?
No, we killed them.
The same.
Hang on, these are all outdoor.
Judging by that letter that Elgas read that I haven't read, but Elgas has read, it sounds like this is like a recruiting place.
Is that the guy you just wrestled?
No, that's the girl. That's the guy. Sorry, the girl that's just burst in through the door.
Oh.
With a pair of pistols?
With a pair of pistols, and she is leading a rabble. A bunch of concerned citizens.
Oh, this is going to go well.
We've got to get out of here.
Yeah. How many of them are there?
We need to get those pistols for Kay.
Is she a witch hunter or?
So you would recognise. You're in the room, so you haven't seen her yet.
Yeah.
It's a bit annoying because I'm on holiday next week to miss this massive brawl.
You are.
Exactly what my character's up for, a bit of death and deception.
Isn't that a witch hunter symbol she's got on her shoulder?
It is a witch. She is a witch hunter, yeah.
That's what Elgas used to be before he turned to the dark side of Slaanesh.
We should push Elgas out.
Yeah.
Maybe stab him a little bit and be like, there you go, this is the one you want.
I've got a feeling that I'm going to be accusing Lanwin of being a cultist, and she's more likely to believe me than you.
No.
I think she's not going to believe any of us. I think we need to get out of here.
You've got the stink of corruption on you, laddie.
You have? I can smell it from here.
Yeah.
It's either that or those 3 pints you had earlier.
I'm still probably purer than the rest of you.
That's not true. Having fewer corruption points
if
than
you
I
can
think
roll,
fine.
Yeah.
If you can roll below 50,
are you until you're at your limit?
If you can roll below 50, I'll believe you.
Pardon?
I say if you can roll below 50, I'll believe you.
My rolls tonight, I've rolled once below 50. In fact, I think I've only rolled once below 70.
Yeah, that was awesome, Dad. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you enjoyed that tonight. A little bit railroady, but
There we go.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If I'm this is not criticism, but it does feel the last session and a half have been very much GM moving us to a place, which is cool. I'm quite happy with that. I've managed to do, but I'm quite looking forward to getting a bit more stuck in once I get back from holiday.
Yeah.
And influencing the outcome of stuff, because it very much was like, no, go to the dungeon.
Yeah, well, you're kind of assuming that we're going to survive this next session.
I'll survive.
We might be new characters like you started to roll when you first came on.
It'll be fine.
Oh, I need to get my meat shield thing out for Chick then, don't I, for next week?
Yeah, you do.
Got a little banner I put over.
Yeah, sometimes these can be a little bit. It is A to B to C to D.
Well, to be fair, I thought we led ourselves until the last bit when we were all been out with the fight outside, and then that was a natural progression for you to bring us here. I don't think you led us anywhere. We decided where we were going to go.
Anyway, lads, I'm going to drop. I'll catch up with you. Take it easy.
Have a good holiday.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
See you next week.
That was really good. Bloody purple.
Yeah.
Purple's my favourite colour, by the way.
Yeah, mine too.
No, not mine.
Better keep an eye on that dart.
Yeah.
There'll be growing tentacles next and little clippy cloppers.
Snippy.
Snippy, snippy. Yeah, some multiple boobs.
Oh, 6 boobs.
Nom nom nom.
What was that? Was that Red Dwarf? Imagine making love to a woman with 6 breasts, and then the response is imagine making love to a woman.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was Red Dwarf.
I'm sure that was Lister, and the retort was from Rimmer. Sure it was.
Yeah, that
Don't
does
do
sound.
that, Jet. You're always quiet.
I enjoyed it tonight. I didn't do much, but I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah,
good.
I need you to do more.
Yeah, you're going to be the one nearest to her when it breaks through, so that you're going to have to do something next week, even if it's just run.
Yeah, I'm good at running. Although
I think
actually,
I'm
I'm good at running into combat.
I think I'm gonna have to make a map next week.
I felt
There,
that Ken was actually
there are
useful.
not a lot of maps for this.
So, do we get our fortune points back yet, or?
Oh, actually, yeah. Let me do that whilst everybody's still here.
I was about to say, yeah, Kay got some good work done this week. It was good to see.
Yes, actually, I felt useful as what I'm intended to be doing.
Yeah.
You are the legwork person.
You've got a stupid number of fortune points, haven't you?
I know. Yeah, look at these guys with 4 and 5s. Look at them.
Yeah.
I wish I had 4. Oh,
I feel
again.
that. Yeah, I've got 3, and I didn't realise that we didn't get them back last week. So
I originally started with 4. I take it I
No.
can't get that last one back.
Yeah, you're down to 3, aren't you? Because you burn a fate point to stay alive. What did you
that was
say
it.
the title was going to be this week, Mehdi?
Sorry? The
What did we
title?
say?
That you put the title down as the first rule of Ubersreik Fight Club.
Okay.
Or do you want something different?
No, that's right.
Right, guys, I'm going to bugger off. Thank you very much for a good session. I enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Jet.
Sorry,
Take care.
Give me one sec before people bugger off too much. You don't need to be logged in, but I just want to double check the XP award today.
I was going to say, do we get any? Because I'm looking to spend on a talent. I'd have got it last week if I could have.
Lots of XP, please.
Oh, the silence is deafening. We're all waiting. We're all sat here going, come on.
Oh, it's like Christmas, isn't it? Waiting to open your present.
Yeah, I only need 4,000 XP.
Well, you've just lost 40 XP.
Oh, all right.
Hold on then. So,
Funny enough, I was going to, once I got out the room, call for somebody to go to the temple and get someone here. And she's burst through the damn door.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I bet you're going to go recruit people.
okay.
Oh,
that's nice.
120 XP. 120
Nice.
XP. Apart from Rembrandt, who gets no XP. Hold on. Let me update Rembrandt. So that should give you.
Yep, that's worked. Lovely. Thank you.
That's
are your fortune points up as well?
I've just reset that myself because it's
So it should be session 12, right, Mehdi?
That's right, correct.
There you go. All right. So that's a nice bit of. So what you didn't get XP for was none of you wanted to join the Circle of the Unmarred Flesh, and unfortunately, Elgas didn't beat Geldrecht in the wrestling match.
No.
I tried.
I'd have had a chance if I'd have had fortune points, but
your left foot, your other left. For fuck's sake.
Join what circle? You wanted us to join the cult. We'd have got XP.
He did say, "Come and do you want to, join? Welcome, join the circle."
Oh,
right.
He said, "What's the circle?" And I said, "Oh, it's just a club. It's our club." And then he said, if you remember, he said, "Oh, that's fine. I understand. You want to remain impartial."
Yeah.
I'm fine with not joining the cult of Slanash, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of joined it by implication.
Stripping down naked and chanting that chant.
so plenty of XP that people can think about how they want to spend it.
I spent half
Are
of
we
it
already?
Already spending it.
Are we on for next week? Yeah.
We are on for next week.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Right.
What's next week? Thursday. Yeah, we're on for next week.
Fantastic.
I'm
Right,
back
guys.
at work. Let me just double check that nothing crazy is happening. Yeah, so we'll be on next Thursday. Let me just double check.
Mhm.
Yeah, on next Thursday. We should be good the Thursday after. We won't be on the 14th because I will be travelling back from Belfast.
Okay, 14th.
All right, you bastards.
Okay.
Glad you enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, loved it. So I'll see you guys
great.
next week.
That was fun.
Okay.
Catch you later.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Take care. I'll see you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Bye.